Well, how's it going once again, folks? It's Tuesday, December 17th, and it's episode number 13, ready to go for more current events from the stretch. That's right, your daily look at the current events of the year in review, as they call it, more like the day in review, where we take three current events from the Day in History website and stretch them out. That's right, we talk about them. We give you the lowdown of what happened on that specific date in this point, which is today, December 17th. Ready to go with the first look at France. And it recognizes American independence, the turning point in history in 1777. And then we will jump to 1903, where the Wright brothers soar into history. Finally, going back only 14 years later, that the Arab Spring begins in Tunisia, a revolution that shook the world. Yes. So let's take a look at those articles as we go from the stretch on December 17th, 2024. Starting with our look at France, recognizes the American independence, the turning point in history. The crucial moment in the American Revolutionary War occurred on this date, 1777, when France officially recognized the independence of the United States, offering vital support to the revolutionary cause. This monumental decision came after the American victory of the Battle of Saratoga, which demonstrated that the revolutionaries were capable of standing against the British. France's recognition marked a turning point in the conflict, elevating it from a colonial rebellion to an international struggle. France's decision to recognize American independence was far from impulsive. For years, French leaders, including King Louis XVI and his advisors, had watched the growing tension between Britain and its American colonies. Their interest was driven not only by ideological sympathies with the revolutionaries, but also by a strategic desire to weaken Britain, France's long-standing rival. And by formally acknowledging the United States, France positioned itself as a key player in reshaping the global balance of power. Recognition came in tandem with the signing of the Treaty of Amity and Commerce, a landmark agreement between France and the newly established United States. This treaty formalized economic and trade relations, ensuring mutual benefits for both nations. More significantly, it paved the way for the Treaty of Alliance, signed on February 6, 1778, which committed France to military support for the American cause. The Franco-American alliance drastically altered the Revolutionary War's trajectory. French troops, naval forces, and financial aid provided the Americans with the resources and expertise needed to sustain their fight against Britain. Notable contributions included French involvement in the decisive siege of Yorktown in 1781, where combined American and French forces secured the final victory over British troops. France's recognition of American independence had profound implications beyond the immediate context of the war. It encouraged other nations, such as Spain and the Dutch Republic, to lend their support to the American cause, further isolating Britain diplomatically and militarily. This international dimension underscored the interconnected nature of 18th century geopolitics and set a precedent for global intervention in revolutionary movements. Moreover, the French-American alliance inspired revolutionary sentiments within France itself, and the ideals of liberty and self-governance championed by the American revolutionaries resonated deeply with segments of the French population, laying the ideological groundwork for the French Revolution a decade later. The eventual collapse of the French monarchy, however, demonstrated the complex interplay between supporting external revolutions and managing domestic stability. The recognition of American independence by France remains a pivotal chapter in the histories of both nations. For the United States, it exemplified the importance of international diplomacy and alliances in achieving national objectives. The success of the revolution reinforced the belief that oppressed peoples could secure their freedom with persistence and strategic partnerships. For France, the decision to support the United States was both a triumph and a cautionary tale. And while it helped weaken Britain and assert France's influence on the world stage, the financial strain of supporting the American Revolution exacerbated France's economic problems, contributing to the conditions that led to the French Revolution. Nonetheless, the alliance fostered enduring ties between the two nations, reflected in their shared values and cooperative endeavors in the centuries that followed. Next up is a look at the Wright brothers who soar into history. 1903, Orville and Wilbur. That's right, the Wright brothers. They achieved the first powered, controlled, and sustained flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. And this monumental event marked the dawn of aviation and set the stage for technological advancements that would revolutionize the way humans connect, explore, and innovate. The Wright brothers, born in Dayton, Ohio, were not merely inventors, but visionary pioneers. They spent years meticulously studying the mechanics of flight, drawing inspiration from birds and experimenting with kites, gliders, and wind tunnels. By 1903, the relentless perseverance paid off as they constructed the Flyer, a biplane equipped with a custom-built engine and propellers. On December 17th, amidst the cold, sandy dunes of Kitty Hawk, Orville piloted the first successful flight, lasting 12 seconds and covering 120 feet. 3 more flights followed that day, with Wilbur achieving the longest distance of 852 feet in 59 seconds. The location of Kitty Hawk was carefully chosen for its steady winds, soft landing surface, and relative isolation. And these conditions provided the Wright brothers with an optimal environment to refine their groundbreaking invention, overcoming challenges posed by engineering limitations and skepticism from the broader scientific community. The Wright brothers' success was more than a technological achievement. It represented the culmination of human ambition to conquer the skies. For centuries, the dream of flight had been a symbol of innovation and imagination. From Leonardo da Vinci's sketches of flying machines to the bold experiments of Otto Lilienthal, countless individuals had tried and failed to achieve what Orville and Wilbur accomplished that day. This flight proved that powered aviation was not just a dream, but a practical reality. And it demonstrated the human ingenuity, supported by rigorous scientific principles, that who could overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. The Wright brothers' achievement inspired a new wave of exploration, igniting global interest in aeronautics and the possibilities it offered. Well, the impact of the Wright brothers' achievement on this date, 1903, resonates to this day. Yep, their invention laid the foundation for the modern aviation industry, enabling faster travel, economic globalization, and cultural exchange. And by the mid-20th century, aviation had transformed warfare, commerce, and even space exploration. Moreover, their pioneering spirit continues to influence innovators and engineers worldwide. The Wright brothers demonstrated the importance of experimentation, resilience, and collaboration, values that are crucial in tackling today's technological challenges. And their story is a testament to the power of persistence and the potential of human creativity. Today, the site of their historic flight at Kitty Hawk is preserved as a national memorial, drawing visitors from around the world to honor their legacy. The Wright brothers' triumph reminds us of the boundless possibilities that arise when we dare to dream and take flight into the unknown. And finally, looking now to 2010, December 17th, the Arab Spring begins in Tunisia, a revolution that shocked the world. A momentous event in global history unfolded in the small town of Sidi Bouzid, Tunisia. Mohamed Bouazizi, 26-year-old street vendor, set himself on fire in protest against government corruption and police brutality. This desperate act of self-immolation ignited a wave of pro-democracy uprisings that swept across the Arab world, collectively known as the Arab Spring. The movement, characterized by mass protests, political unrest, and demands for freedom, brought seismic, I can't even say it, seismic changes to the region and reverberates in global political discourse today. The tragic story of Mohamed Bouazizi encapsulated the frustrations of millions of Tunisians and citizens across the Arab world. Bouazizi's livelihood was destroyed when municipal officials confiscated his cart, and he faced humiliation and injustice from local authorities. Unable to find recourse in an oppressive system, his act of self-immolation became a powerful symbol of resistance against tyranny and despair. News of Bouazizi's death spread rapidly, facilitated by social media platforms and satellite television. Within weeks, protests erupted in Tunisia, demanding the resignation of President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali, whose regime had ruled the country for 23 years with an iron grip. By January 14th, 2011, Ben Ali fled Tunisia, marking the first successful ousting of a dictator during the Arab Spring. The Tunisian Revolution, inspired from similar uprisings in countries such as Egypt, Libya, Syria, Yemen, and Bahrain, and protesters demanded democratic reforms, economic opportunities, and an end to corruption and human rights abuse. In Egypt, mass demonstrations in Cairo's Tahrir Square led to the resignation of President Hosni Mubarak after 30 years in power. In Libya, Muammar Gaddafi's 4-decade-long regime was toppled, though at the cost of a devastating civil war. However, not all movements ended in success or stability. Syria descended into a prolonged and catastrophic civil war, while Yemen's uprising contributed to ongoing conflict and humanitarian crisis. The varying outcomes highlighted the complexity of translating revolutionary fervor into sustainable governance. The Arab Spring's legacy is a mixed tapestry of hope, struggle, and cautionary tales. Tunisia, where it all began, is often regarded as a rare success story. The country adopted a new constitution, held free elections, and continues to grapple with building a democratic society. Yet challenges remain, including economic difficulties and political instability. Globally, the Arab Spring underscored the power of grassroots activism and the role of technology in mobilizing movements. Social media became a critical tool for organizing protests, sharing information, and circumventing state censorship. The uprisings also brought international attention to issues of governance, human rights, and the fragility of autocratic regimes. While the Arab Spring's immediate effects have faded in some regions, the underlying issues of inequality, repression, and economic stagnation persist. And in many countries, the movement's initial optimism has given way to disillusionment as authoritarianism resurges or instability prevails. Yet the spirit of resistance remains alive among younger generations who continue to push for reform. The Arab Spring serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. It demonstrated the power of collective action to challenge entrenched systems, but it also highlighted the formidable obstacles to achieving enduring change. A decade later, its lessons continue to influence activists, policymakers, and scholars seeking to understand and shape the dynamics of societal transformation. And as we reflect on the Arab Spring, it's clear that Mohamed Bouazizi's tragic act set in motion a profound historical moment. The courage of ordinary citizens who dare to demand better lives serves as a reminder of the enduring human quest for freedom and dignity. And there you have it. Another great story from The Stretch. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the great current events of the world on the 18th of December. Till then, I'm Jason DeCanio. Have a great day. Bye for now.